Welcome to the HR Empowerment Podcast, where we will uncover strategies and new insights from HR professionals who discuss up-to-date regulations, best practices, and the most pressing topics like diversity and equity, leadership, dealing with difficult situations, and much more that affect your bottom line and business. Thanks for joining us.
Hey everybody, Wendy Sellers here, the HR lady. I am here with Tariq Kamil. How you doing?
I don't know if I can match your level of enthusiasm, but I'm doing well. Thank you.
I don't necessarily need Red Bull or caffeine or anything, but as I'm getting older, I do have at least one coffee in the morning, and then look out world if I have caffeine in the afternoon, because everybody around me wants to shove me in a garbage can.
I'm assuming today is one of those afternoon coffee days. Is that true?
Absolutely. It was definitely a caffeinated beverage. I had a lot on my plate. I have some traveling to do, so I was trying to shove everything in. And then I was very excited about, meeting you today and listening, hearing, your story. So let's just kind of jump in for our audience. We're here today talking about software-based communication solutions, which is, we believe, a better way to communicate, engage, and understand your people, your team. So how the heck did you end up here? How did you end up as the CEO and founder of Circle?
Well, it is a long story, but the highlight version is I'm a software engineer by training. So I love to build things, and I love to use technology to solve problems. How can I make the world a better place? Really through technology. And so the story of how this came to be was I live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I was on my kids' school board in Cincinnati. And I was trying to understand, how do we get more people engaged with what we're doing as a school district? So I'm sure the parents in the audience, they've received email communication from their school district or their kids' school, and it's a list of 50 things, and you got to kind of read through all of it. And the reality is we just don't have time anymore. We as a society are so busy. We're receiving so much communication, and opportunities to engage are getting missed because people are underwater. They're drowning in content. And so that was the problem I initially set out to solve. And this was 10 years ago. And so my background is engineering. So how do I build something that can tailor communication so it's all about the recipient based on your interests and what you like and what you've seen and haven't seen? And so that was really what I was trying to do. And I was following the model of Netflix, Hulu, Spotify, Pandora. It's all about you. Everything is about you. Everywhere you go, it's about you. So why are we not doing this with communication? So that's really how it started. And it was never intended to be a business. It was only intended to drive more engagement with my kids' school in the beginning, but really anyone in education. And I was just giving it away for free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And now you're a internal communication software company, focused on employee engagement and company culture and belonging. Whoa, what a jump.
Well, yes. So how that happened was I built the software originally, and then as more and more people started to use it for different purposes, we had a large healthcare organization here in Cincinnati come to me and say, hey, we're receiving all this communication that's really tailored from all these other organizations. Could we use the same technology to tailor what each of our employees, our 10,000 employees, is receiving based on what they need to know, based on what they want to know? So instead of sending one thing to 10,000 people, why aren't we sending 10,000 different versions of what's going on in our organization, all to the individual? I said, wow, I haven't really been involved in a big company in a while. And the last time it was Outlook and SharePoint. So email, intranet. And this was a long time ago. Tell me what you guys are doing today. And they said Outlook and SharePoint. And it was shocking. It was really shocking to me that the same evolution that we've seen in advances in marketing, right, to you as a consumer, how they know you and they're smart and people think their phone is listening to them. They say a word, the app, right? That level of sophistication has not translated into the employer-employee relationship. It is still 1992 in most of these companies. And so that was shocking to me. And so that led to using the technology. Really, the only purpose we think about today is employee communication, engagement, and understanding.
I love it. And I love that you just said it's not 1992. I'm doing a keynote speech in Texas tomorrow. And one of my lines that I was practicing today was, it's not 1993 anymore. So with that said, folks, we'll be right back. In our next episode, we're going to cover more on this mass yet personal communication. We're going to go over some tips for one-on-one messaging. And I want to dig a little bit more into the sense of belonging. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining the HR Empowerment Podcast, brought to you by Aurora Training Advantage. We hope you've gained new insight and strategies to navigate the HR profession. We look forward to you joining us again on the HR Empowerment Podcast.